Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhuji, sure. The best service. Thank you so much for opportunity. Hare Krishna, Danvat Pranam, dear devotees, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Vrajjana Yashodanandana Vrajjana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Danvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Bol. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, and Pranam. Thank you, Prabhuji, so much for beautiful, melodious. You sing from your heart with all love and devotion. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna devotees, and Pranam. Anybody would like to read it? Okay, I will read today. Unless
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. You would like to read, Mataji?
Yes, sure. Dandavat Pranam to all devotees.
Hare Krishna.
ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवंश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं सद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता विशाखावितंश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरि वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद सॉरी प्रभुजी वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा।
Hari Bol. Thank you, Mataji, for reading wonderfully. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, I think we are on 10:37, right, today? Yes, Prabhuji. So, anybody would like to read this sloka? Okay, I will try to read now. Sneenam Vasudevosmi Pandavanam Dhananjaya Muninam api aham Pyaisya Kavinam Usna Kavi Usana Kavi. Sorry. Anybody would like to try?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I can read.
Yeah, please, Mataji.
Vrishnīnām vasudevasmi Pandavanam dhananjaya Munīnām api aham vyasa Kavināmusana kavi. Back to Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji.
I can try, Prabhuji.
Yes, please.
Vrishnīnam Vasudeva Osmi Pandavanam Dhananjaya Muninam Opi Aham Vyasa Kovinam Ushana Kovi. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Anybody else would like to try? Okay, we can move on to the synonyms and translation. Anyone would like to read?
Yeah, I can read Prabhuji.
Yeah, thank you, Prabhuji.
Vrishninam, of the descendants of Vrishni. Vasudeva, Krishna in Dwarka. Ashmi, I am. Pandavanam, of the Pandavas. Dhananjaya, Arjuna. Muninam, of the sages. Api, also. Aham, I am. Vyasa, Vyasa, the compiler of all Vedic literature. Kavinam, of all great thinkers. Usana, Kavihi, the thinker. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Of the descendants of Vishnu, I am Vasudeva, and of the Pandavas, I am Arjuna. Of the sages, I am Vyasa, and among great thinkers, I am Usana. Back to you, Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna devotees. And anybody would like to read the purport? So we have 2 paragraphs.
I can read the first one, Prabhuji.
Yeah, thank you, Mataji.
Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. Krishna is the original Supreme Personality of Godhead and Baladeva is Krishna's immediate expansion. Both Lord Krishna and Baladeva appeared as sons of Vasudeva. So both of them may be called Vasudev. From another point of view, because Krishna never leaves Vrindavan, all the forms of Krishna that appear elsewhere are his expansions. Vasudeva is Krishna's immediate expansion. So, Vasudev is not different from Krishna. It is to be understood that the Vasudev referred to in this verse of Bhagavad Gita as Baladev or Balaram because he is the original source of all incarnations and thus he is the sole source of Vasudev. The immediate expansions of the Lord are called Swamsa, personal expansions, and there are also expansions called Vivinnangsha, separated expansions. So here in this purport, okay, Prabhuji, if someone wants to read the next one.
No, that's fine, Mataji. You can summarize.
So Prabhuji here, Prabhupada is explaining about Krishna's immediate expansion and separated expansions. So as Prabhupada is explaining nicely that who is Vasudeva, because both Krishna and Balaram appeared from Vasudeva, because Rohini Mata was transferred to Gokula under the care of Nanda Maharaj to save Rohini and Balaram. But she is the wife of Vasudeva. So that's why Krishna and Balaram both of them, their father is Vasudeva. That's why they call Vasudeva. From another point of view, it's Krishna is saying that Krishna never leaves Vrindavan. So there are In Srila Rupa Goswami's, the scripture, he wrote Lalita Madhava and Bidagdha Madhava. So, Bidagdha Madhava, Rupa Goswami explained in Bidagdha Madhava that Krishna never leaves Vrindavan. He is Bidagdha Madhava. So, who left Vrindavan is another Madhava, which is Lalita Madhava. So, that's why Krishna says that Krishna referred to as Vasudev. All the forms of Krishna that appear elsewhere are his expansion. So, all the other forms are his expansion. And Vasudev is Krishna's Swamsa or personal expansions. And here Prabhupada is telling that Vasudev also in Bhagavad Gita in this verse referred to as Balaram, which is Krishna's personal or immediate expansion. But Krishna has a lot of incarnations and expansions, millions of millions, innumerable, like other incarnations like Matsya Avatar, Varaha Avatar, Narsimha Avatar. These are all separated expansions. Prabhuji, please correct me if I am wrong saying something about the Vivinnamsha. Hare Krishna. Or
Hare Krishna Mataji. Yeah, thanks for explaining. Yes, Mataji. As we know, Balarama is the immediate expansion of Lord Krishna. And I think even our Baldev Prabhu explained very detailed how the expansions happened and from, for Chaturbhaja and again, Narayana. Yes, Mataji. Thank you so much.
Krishna, thank you.
Prabhuji, I want to add one thing.
Yes, Prabhuji, please.
So, Shangsho and Vivinnangsho. Sha plus Angsho, Shangsho. Vivinna plus Angsho, Vivinnangsho. Shangsho means Krishna's expansion. That we discussed other day, the Balaram, Chaturbhuho, again Chaturbhuho, again then from Kanadaksha Vishnu, all the Narasimha Dev, Varadev. So this Krishna's Shah, he's the, we cannot differentiate between the Narasimha Dev and Krishna. Only that Krishna is the primary source. But Narasimha Dev has all the qualities except 4 qualities, but other has 60 qualities. So they are Shangsho. But from Lord Shiva to in the everything from the demigods and the material world, they are the Vivinnangsho. Lord Krishna expanded himself as a Atma. So Krishna is a Paramatma, among Shwa Angsho, they're also Paramatma. As you know, that Kshirodaksha Vishnu is a Paramatma. He expanded himself as a Paramatma, Shwa Angsho. So all the expansion of Shwa Angsho, but from Lord Shiva down to the ant or whatever bacteria, virus we say, they are Vivinnangsho, because they are no Paramatma. From that soul started, from Lord Shiva to others. So that's why it's called Vivinnangsho. This is explaining details in Bhagavatam. Just that in this paragraph.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Yeah, as we know, as Prabhuji said, Balarama is the immediate expansion of Lord Krishna. And then from Balarama comes this 4 Chaturbhuja, Aniruddha, Vasudeva, Sankarshana, and Pradyumna, right, Prabhuji? And from that, again, Narayana comes, and from Narayana again, of course, from that Sankarshana, one more 4 expansions, like again, Aniruddha, Vasudeva, Mahasankarshan, and Pradyumna. And from that Mahasankarshan comes all the 3 Vishnus, right, Prabhuji? Yes. And again, from Radharani, we have Mother Lakshmi, goddess of fortune, and from Radharani only, like all Mahamaya, Yogamaya, everybody is expansions. It's my understanding, Prabhuji. Anybody like to add anything before we move to the next paragraph?
Krishna Prabhu. So separated expansion, the Vivinnamsha is also, we are also the part and parcels of
Yes.
Krishna. So we are also the Vivinnamsha, right? Prabhu?
Yes, because you are the soul, the part and parcel of Krishna.
Yeah.
That soul starts from the Lord Shiva
Right. Okay, Prabhuji. Yeah.
to downwards to all living entities.
Okay. Thank
Prabhuji,
you.
I also have heard about this Vishnu Tattva and Jiva Tattva. So Vishnu Tattva are, I think, the personal expansions. Can we think like that, Prabhuji? And
Yes, Prabhuji, but here, if you term only the two Shangsha Vivangsha, Lord Shiva Tattva comes in the Vivinangsha.
yeah, right. Okay, okay. Yes, understood. Thank you, Prabhuji. Okay.
Prabhu,
Anyone?
Vishnu Tat-
Yeah,
Vishnu
ma'am.
is like Advaita Acharya. Advaita Acharya is a Vishnu Tattva, whereas Srivash Thakur is Jiva Tattva, Prabhu. But other than Jiva Tattva and Vishnu Tattva, in the middle, the three Nityananda Prabhu is Vishnu Tattva, and then Advaita Acharya is Vishnu Tattva, and then Srivas Thakur is Jiva Tattva, and another two.
Nityananda Prabhu or
Sri
Chaitanya?
Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda,
Gadadhar,
Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivas.
Srivas is Jiva Tattva, and Gadadhar Prabhu is Vishnu Tattva, correct?
Mataji, though Shiva Thakur Jiva Tattva, but this Jiva Tattva is a Krishna's expansion, direct. This Jiva Tattva not like part and parcel like us. If you read the Chaitamrita, the blood is Pancho Tattva. Pancho Tattva is a Pancho Tattva together. There is the Atma come Krishna. Krishna is the Atma of this Pancho Tattva. With that Bhaktarup Shurukam, Nityananda Mahaprabhu, Bhakta Avataram, Advaita Prabhu, Bhakta Akhayam, Srinivas, Navami Bhakta Shaktikam Gadadhar Radha.
Yeah, Bhakta
Though
Shakti Gadadhar.
he represents Jiva Tattva in Pancha Tattva, but they are Krishna's Angsha, direct Angsha. They are Shangsha.
Okay.
I think in this case they are like special, right, Mataji, because they came here as part of Leela.
Leela. Okay.
Yeah, otherwise, of course, what you said is technically correct. But in this case, what I think what Prabhuji is saying is because they have come here for that Leela, so they are all still expansions of Lord Krishna.
Okay.
Yes, Lord Krishna Mahaprabhu expanded himself in Pancha Tattva.
Okay.
So here there is nothing like what is called like us taking birth and death and birth. There is nothing with that Pancha Tattva. Though represent Jiva Tattva.
Oh yeah, she was. Yeah, it's Chaitanya Charitamrita. Which part, Prabhuji? I'll get. I think I read, but I forgot that.
Yeah, 1.7.6.
Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Actually, I have a small doubt. What are the qualities of Vishnu Tattva, Shiva Tattva, Jiva Tattva? Can you please expand on that?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Yeah, Prabhuji, with my limited understandings, all the expansions of Lord Krishna or Lord Vishnu are Vishnu Tattva. Like, there are so many avatars Lord Krishna takes, the 10 Dasha Avatara, right? The 10 incarnations, all Leela Avataras, and Manvantara Avataras, Yuga Avataras, Shaktya-Vesha Avataras, and, of course, all these, like Shiva Tattva, the 11 Shivas expansions, you can actually kind of if we only divide between Jiva Tattva and Shiva Tattva, Vishnu Tattva and Jiva Tattva, I mean Shiva Tattva is kind of like milk and yogurt, right, Prabhuji? As you know, but yogurt is also coming from milk, but it is not exactly the milk can convert into yogurt, but the yogurt cannot convert into milk, right? So you can still think them as if there are only two divisions, you can put them as Vishnu Tattva. Otherwise, you can have three, right? Vishnu Tattva, Shiva Tattva, and Jiva Tattva. So all the Adityas, Vasus, all the controlling deities, all of them are still expansions of Lord Krishna, right? But we are all in this material world, right? Of course, there are some of the Leelas, the Lord comes personally, they are still, Krishna Tattva or Vishnu Tattva. but otherwise all the remaining are, entities are Jiva Tattva. That's my understanding. Prabhuji, Mataji, anybody would like to add anything? That does, okay, Prabhuji. Okay. Prabhuji, would like to read the second paragraph? Venkatesh Prabhu or anybody else?
Sure, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Amongst the sons of Pandu, Arjuna is famous as Dhananjaya. He is the best of men and therefore represents Krishna. Among the Munis, or learned men, conversant in Vedic knowledge, Vyasa is the greatest because he explained Vedic knowledge in many different ways for the understanding of the common mass of people in the age of Kali. And Vyasa is also known as an incarnation of Krishna. Therefore, Vyasa also represents Krishna. Kavis are those who are capable of thinking thoroughly on any subject matter. Amongst the Kavis, Usana Shukracharya was the spiritual master of the demons. He was an extremely intelligent and far seeing politician. Thus, Shukracharya is another representative of the opulence of Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Thanks for reading, Prabhuji. Would like to add anything?
So, Prabhuji, according to my limited understanding, this paragraph by Srila Prabhupada gracefully explains that Krishna is the best amongst everything that exists. So, the best qualities of whatever personalities or qualities is nothing but Krishna himself. And yes, Prabhuji, this is my small understanding.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Anybody else would like to add anything?
Yeah. So anyway, this second paragraph about Krishna is telling Arjuna that he is also Arjuna, but really he's he's putting Arjuna in some kind of a bewilderment, so that so that Arjuna keeps asking Krishna all the questions that we need to understand, we in the Kali Yuga. So for our improvement and for our understanding of the uh, uh, spirituality, uh, Arjuna is on our behalf asking, but then he's really being put under a spell. So that's one thing. And then, at least that's the way I understand it. Uh, the other thing is that Vyasadeva, he has written so many, I mean, it's innumerable. Uh, the Bhagavatam, uh, uh, and so many, all the Vedas, everything has come down uh, basically to educate the ignorant people in this age of Kali. Because we, in the age of Kali, we need to understand what spirit and matter and the whole thing. And Vyasadeva has explained this through Srimad Bhagavatam as one of the sources where we are constantly exposed to uh, the different leelas and the different avatars of Krishna, and how people, without that, uh, people in this age of Kali will be lost. And most people are lost because they don't read all this. So we are fortunate anyway to be going through Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. Then among the Kavis, Usana or Sukracharya. Sukracharya was a spiritual master of the demons, of Bali Maharaj, of Hiranyakashipu, and so on down the line. And he was a great advisor to all of them. In fact, yesterday we were talking how uh, he he actually, when Vamandev wanted three steps, Vamandev as a Brahmana wanted 3 steps of land. Uh, Sukracharya could see right away that this was not really an ordinary Brahmana, he was actually Lord Vishnu. So that way he's extremely intelligent, and there are various other uh, episodes, I'm so sure, which show the intelligence of Sukracharya. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Anybody else?
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna. So, Prabhuji, here we see though Shukracharya is the spiritual master of demons, right? So, he actually teaches the demons. But in other side, he's very intelligent, far-seeing politician. So the intelligence actually comes from the Krishna, though we can use it for Krishna's purpose, or other way as a demoniac way. Even Shukracharya, as Prabhuji just mentioned, that actually he tried to stop Holy Maharaj to give the lands as he promised to the Bamandev. So, but as Krishna said in the 15:15 that Mokta Siti Gyan Apanancho. So even the remembrance, knowledge, Siti, and what are three things? Mokta Siti Gyan Apanancho. Shabuchu Chang, Ridi Sonnivisto, Mokta Siti Gyanom Apanancho. And forgetfulness, sorry, Apanancho. Coming things. So it doesn't matter, even in Shukracharya, his knowledge is coming also from Krishna, but he's using in the other way than serving Krishna. Back to Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Devotees, anybody would like to add anything? Wonderful verse.
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna, Danvat Pranam. Just trying to understand Vishnu Tattva and Shiva Tattva. I have what understood from some prior classes is the Vishnu Tattva becomes Shiva Tattva as when Vishnu Bhagavan or the Vishnu Tattva, it comes to the material world, then it, as you mentioned, Prabhuji, that the milk becomes yogurt, and then yogurt cannot become milk again or revert back to milk, just the same way that becomes the Shiva Tattva, and that becomes the Shiva, and with the Jogmaya or Parvati, Mother Parvati, this whole material world develops. And regarding us, Shukracharya was the one who also learned Sanjeevani from Lord Shiva, because the Devas, they got the Amrut after the churning of the ocean. And so Shukracharya went to Lord Shiva, and Lord Shiva taught him the Sanjeevani Vidya, so he can revive the demons who were actually dying after war with the Devas. Now, this is what I understood from some of the prior classes, Prabhuji, but please correct me if I'm wrong. Thank you. Hare Krishna, Danvat Pranam.
Prabhuji, one thing, you are mute. So Prabhuji, Mother Parvati actually Mahamaya. She works and controls the material Mahamaya. And Radharani is the Jogomaya. He connects devotees to the Krishna, Jogomaya. The Krishna's energy both, so both are strong. So either we take shelter of the Mahamaya, the Parvati, or we take shelter of the Jogomaya. Both are strong, and we cannot come out of the Mahamaya until we surrender to the Krishna.
Ji Prabhuji, thank you. Thank you so much.
And I heard, Prabhuji, both are expansion of first called Lord Krishna and Radharani, right, Prabhuji? That's what I... Okay. Anybody else would like to add anything, please? Okay. Yeah, we had a wonderful discussion, as Prabhuji said, Mataji mentioned, about Vyasa. In fact, the name Vyasa here, we also, see that we have Vyasa Puja. Vyasa means, Vyasa Puja is like, honoring to our Guru, right? So, yeah, that's why, because Srila Vyasadeva, who is also the incarnation, right, in a way, and he wrote all the Vedas. And that's why in some sampradayas, they also refer to Guru Purnima as Vyasa Purnima, right? And Guru Purnima is observed like, in the full moon day of Ashada generally. So, we have to respect, of course, Vyasadeva practiced all the penance on the banks and compiled all the Vedas like Mahabharata, 18 Puranas, like Upanishads, including Bhagavad Gita. Of course, Bhagavad Gita was directly, spoken by Lord Krishna, but it was all compiled by Vyasadeva. And of course, as we know, Ganesha, wrote it. But as we know, even after writing all these, he was not satisfied. Yeah, but that's why, he asked his spiritual master, who is none other than Narada Muni. So Narada Muni instructed him to, write about Krishna, the Leelas of Krishna. That's what is Srimad Bhagavatam. And then he was actually satisfied. So that's why, generally speaking, we call Veda Vyasa and also Krishna Dvaipayana Vyasadev, right? So who was now born from Satyavati and sage Parashar Muni. And he of course, he's, even today, you can see that, I mean, we hear that he is still living in Himalayas. Our Sampradaya, Brahma Madhva Gauda Sampradaya, Madhvacharya, went to Himalayas to get knowledge from Vyasadeva. And that's why, even in Srila Vyasadeva childhood, he was called Krishna, because he was also in dark complexion, and he was born in the island, right? So that's what I. And as Prabhuji mentioned about Shukracharya, he was, yeah, as we can see here, Shukracharya is another representative to the opulence of Krishna, because as Prabhuji said, Shukracharya was also very powerful. And as we know, Shukracharya's sons, Sanda and Sunanda, were the teachers for Prahlada, but they were trying to teach, in their, philosophy. But as we know, Prahlada was a pure devotee. In that way, Shukracharya was very powerful. And of course, Devayani, I think, some of us already know that, all the story and all. Anybody else would like to add anything? Okay, maybe we can read one more shloka, Prabhuji. Okay, anybody would like to read the shloka?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I
Yeah,
can.
please, Mataji.
Dando damayatam asmi nitir asmi jigeshatam maunam chaivashmi guhyanam gnanam gnanavatam aham. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Anyone else would like to try? Okay, I'll also try. Dandodamayatamasmi nitir asmi jigisitam maunam chaivasmi guhyanam gnanam gnanavatamaham. Anyone else would like to try?
May I try, Prabhuji?
Yes, Prabhuji, please.
Hare Krishna, Danvat Pranam. Dando damayatam nitirasmi jigishatam maunam cheva asmi guhyanam gnanam gnanavatam. Hare Krishna, Danvat Pranam.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Anybody else would like to read the synonyms and translation?
I can, Prabhuji.
Yeah, thank you, Prabhuji.
Danda, punishment. Damatam, of all means of suppression. Oshmi, I am. Niti, morality. Oshmi, I am. Jigishatam, of those who seek victory. Monam, silence. Cha, and Eva, also Oshmi, I am. Guhanam, of secrets. Ganam, knowledge. Ganam Botam, of the wise. Aham, I am. Translation by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki joy. Among all means of suppressing lawlessness, I am punishment. And of those who seek victory, I am morality. Of secret things, I am silence. And of the wise, I am the wisdom. Back to the original conversation.
Anybody would like to read the purport?
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji. May I read?
Yes, Prabhuji, please. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Abhay Charana Sri Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai, Prabhupada ki jai. Purport. There are many surprising agents, of which the most important are those that cut down miscreants. When miscreants are punished, the agency of chastisement represents Krishna among those who are trying to victorious in some field of activity. The most victorious element is morality. Among the confidential activities of hearing, thinking, and meditating, silence is most important, because by silence one can make progress very quickly. The wise man is who can discriminate between matter and spirit, between God's superior and interior natures, such as knowledge is Krishna himself. Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Would you like to add anything?
No, Prabhuji, please.
Okay. Devotees, anybody would like to add anything? So as we can see here, among all the means of suppressing lawlessness, I am the punishment, because ultimately, there will be a punishment, and of course, the highest punishment is Krishna. Of course, because he can appear as death. But for death for a devotee is getting into the lap of Lord Krishna. But of course, for the others, it is real punishment, hell. And for those who seek victory, Krishna says, "I am morality." Of the secret, the most secret things is the silence. That's why Krishna says, "I am the silence." And of course, of the wise, the wisdom is Lord Krishna. So, Prabhupada is explaining that when miscreants are punished, the agency of chastisement is represent Lord Krishna, because he is the ultimate, of course, he is the cause of all causes, sarva karana karanam. Anything, Krishna says he is the time, he is the, chastisement of, and for the all alone. And then trying to be victorious in some kind of activity, that most victorious element is the morality. Without morality, even if you are, victorious, I mean, it is not actual winner, right? So Krishna says that I am the morality. And of course, of the confidential activities, hearing, thinking, and meditating, silence is the most important, because the silence, one can make a very good progress very quickly. And so the wise men who can discriminate between matter and spirit, between God's superior and inferior natures, right? We have studied about, Prabhuji has explained about inferior and superior nature, right? So such knowledge is Krishna himself. That's my understanding. Anybody would like to add anything?
Prabhu, did you read somewhere that king represent Krishna?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Not in this chapter, right? Somewhere.
Not in this chapter, yeah.
Yeah. So, and as you know, the kings rules the country nowadays, but before our king was ruling all the whole universe. And those kings are actually Raj or Rishi. They are very high in morality, and they're the king. So they used to execute punishment or chastisement very strictly. So second time, no one dares to do the repeat the same offense. So that's why, as the now the agency, police or whoever, but now is a Kali Yuga. Even the king are most corrupt people, or president, whoever. But who represent the king? They are the actually represent Krishna, because they through them the punishment is executed. So king and his representatives who maintain law and orders, they are the representative of Krishna. And as Prabhuji said, that nowadays by hook or crook win. That is in the Kolikal. But before we used to know that if character is gone, everything is gone. Money is gone, 50%. Oh, money is lost, nothing is lost. What else? Then 50% lost, and then anyway, money is lost, nothing lost, but character is lost, 100% lost. But nowadays, character is lost, nothing is lost, but money is lost, everything is lost. So that way, the victory nowadays become immorality mostly, as we see the elections and those things. And rich people, they are immoral way. And government gives the chances to how to get the tax break and don't pay. As you know that all our big shot, they don't even pay 1% taxes, but we ended up paying up 30-40% taxes. So, and as you said, silence is the most important, because of the silence, one can make progress very quickly. We see Prabhupada a lot of time is in very grave mood. Grave mood. So that silence actually help us to sincere devotees, advanced devotees, to reconnect with the Krishna, and then they again come back to this metal wall and pass the message to the mankind here. And wise man, yes, who can discriminate between matter and spirit. So recently reading somewhere, Prabhuji, yes, that as you know, I tried to get some Bengali satsang in the Kartik month, but we're not getting response that much this time. We're getting definitely 3-4, but few are not doing because they are shocked by the Palgam, that massacre that included Bitan. So they are blaming Krishna that why it happened to him. He's a good guy in common sense, though he's not religious or spiritual, but they don't know how to describe matter and spirit. They think that everything is bodily, conceptual. That is a permanent, but no knowledge of the matter. So because they are not wise, but wise men don't take the body thing seriously. Definitely they feel separation, but ultimately that brings them more closer to the Krishna, because next day it happens to us. So we should be more sincere if are not until this time. And they also knows the God's superior and inferior natures. Superior nature is the spiritual world, and inferior matter is the material world and our body. So this distinction actually help us to know Krishna and to surrender to Krishna. Back to Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Anybody else would like to add anything?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dhanuvad Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Prabhuji. So here, Prabhuji very nicely explained, Prabhu, with very important points. And about the silence of a devotee, here Prabhupada is mentioned so nicely that silence can give someone upliftment. So I was thinking about Srimad Bhagavatam, 5th canto, where Jara Bharat, he is Bharat Maharaj. In his second birth, first birth he got the deer body, not first birth, I mean previous birth, he got that deer body, and then next birth he became son of Brahmana, and he called as Jarabharat, because he couldn't, he keep himself not talking with other people, because he's remembered his past life as a deer life. So he was born as a deer, and then Jarabharat keep him deaf and dumb intentionally to avoid the society's influence. So and he was a brahmana, and then when and when he caught by the dacoits, and in the temple of Mother Kali, and the dacoits were trying to kill him, and still he could not say anything. He was silent that time too, because he knows that, and in his heart he was remembering Krishna. He was always thinking of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and that's why Supreme Personality of Godhead saved his pure devotee, Mother Kali, and the devotee of Supreme Personality Godhead saved another devotee. So Mother Kali saved Jarabharat from the dacoits who was going to kill Jarabharat. So that's why silence actually sometimes helps to the pure devotees, like who are always engaged in Krishna's service. And also Jarabharat, one of the reason was for Jarabharat not to speak was that he tried to avoid people who are not the devotees, like who are not the devotees of Krishna. So from there we can just take the lessons that it's always better not to mix with the people who are not practicing Krishna consciousness, to save ourselves, because Maya is very strong. So anytime I can fall down if I don't keep myself away from non-devotees. If I think like, okay, I will make them devotee, or I'll try to influence them, but after certain points when it's not going to work, it's better to just come out from that association. It's better always for my safety. I'm talking about myself, Prabhuji. So for to save myself, that's very important to save, because Maya is very strong. So Jarabharat's the story actually tells us that, like be aloof and silent sometimes helps to progress. Back to Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you. Excellent points. Thank you, Mataji. Anybody else would like to add anything about the silence Mataji mentioned about the king? As we know, king is the, as Prabhuji, Baldev Prabhu mentioned, king is the representative of the God, because, I mean, of course, now we have president or whatever, they should actually be representing in the God. And of course, like Guru, right? Guru is also a representative of the God, because they have to, the business of a king or a president or a prime minister is to see that all the citizens are taken care, and they go back to Godhead, right? Because they are in the Vedic conception, the king is the chief executive. His primary purpose is, for them to get the Krishna consciousness, like, the God consciousness, of course, That's why in every planet, there is a head, or a king, right? Of course, everything belongs to, in that kingdom, everything belongs to the king. So even here, everything belongs to, then who is the ultimate king? Lord Krishna. He's the cause of all causes. And that's why we say that, uh, uh, I mean, all the bhoktas, bhoktaram yajnatapasam, sarva loka maheshwam, suridam sarva bhutanam, gnatvanam. So whatever, charity, whatever we have to do, yajna, it should all go to Lord Krishna, because that's why Sarva Loka Maheshwaram. He is the supreme owner of all, not one planet, every planet. So every planet, is the property of Lord Krishna. And that's why he's the king of whole, spiritual and material worlds as well. So that's why we should, if a king is very honest, of course, that's why, the king gives punishment, right? Because he doesn't want the jiva to suffer more. And that is his responsibility to see that they go back to Godhead. And, it's my understanding. So, yeah, anybody would like to add anything?
Yeah, one thing, the kings in the past yugas, they always they relied on the spiritual advisor, the Brahmana. And, with that king Dashrath had Vasishtha Muni, and Vasishtha Muni also was Lord Ram's uh, advisor, spiritual advisor. So this way, the population itself, all the activities that were performed by the king were done for the propagation of for continuing with dharma, and so that was very important. And uh, nowadays, of course, we don't have to talk about it, but there's no advisor. There's a separation of church and state, as it is called. So it doesn't work that way anymore. But in the past, there was a spiritual advisor, and the Brahmanas, uh, the king relied heavily on the Brahmanas. And the other thing that Baswati Mataji pointed out about Maunam is absolutely correct. Uh, Even within, speaking for myself, within my own family, uh, as much as I try to practice, uh, there are other family members. Each time you visit or they visit you, you're in a different world. It's not that easy trying to ignore them because they are your guests. We're also supposed to honor the guests. So it is a challenge. It is definitely a challenge in this day and age. Uh, so absolutely right about that. Thank you.
Yes, Prabhuji, thank you so much. Yeah, silence is ultimate weapon. All right. Sometimes we think that hard talk, sometimes it doesn't work, but the silence, it can be a great weapon. Thank you, Prabhuji. Okay, anybody else would like to add anything?
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Then
Prabhuji, I am having, with my poor knowledge, a small doubt. Now we are speaking about the weaponized silence. In Mahabharata, after gambling with Sekuni and Dharmaraja, Draupadi was very, very unfortunate things was going on. Being silence of Sri Bhishma and Drona, they have punished because they are having capacity to control the situation, even though they have kept silence. So how can I understood that in silence is weapon and silence is also punishable? Please explain, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Then yes, Prabhuji. I mean, of course, with my limited knowledge, Prabhuji. Again, it depends on the time, place, and circumstances. Because sometimes Krishna, says that you have to, pick your weapon, and sometimes he says that you have to be, silent. Again, that knowledge will come from Guru, because when we take the shelter of Guru, because when I remember one story, there was a snake, and the snake was, hissing, biting others, and all. But once Narad Muni said that, Narad Muni made that snake into a devotee. So at that time, the snake was very calm. It was not doing right, but some people started hitting the snakes and throwing the rocks, because now they know that that snake will not do anything. So the next time Narad Muni came and he saw all the bruises on the snake. Then Narad Muni said, "What happened?" He said that these kids, they always throw stone on me. Now they know that. He said that I told you not to bite, but I did not tell you not to hiss. So we have to get that intelligence when to do what, and that intelligence will come when we take the shelter of Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra. And that's why we have to have a bona fide guru, a Diksha Guru, Siksha Guru. Of course, sometimes it is very difficult for us, when to bite and when to hiss and when to keep quiet, right? So that's my limited understanding, Prabhuji.
Yes,
Any,
100% Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam. Hare Krishna.
thank you. Anybody would like to add anything?
Also, Prabhuji, that pastime what the Prabhuji mentioned to teach us how we can surrender wholeheartedly to Krishna and he'll save us for his devotees. That is a pastime just to enact that the devotee should have that quality to surrender in each circumstances. We can see that way also, and we can see that way that decisions created to teach us only how to surrender to Krishna wholeheartedly. Back to Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you. We have 1 more minute. Anybody else would like to add anything before we take a pause?
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam.
Okay.
Just to share about Bhishma Pita, that when Panduraja no, not Panduraja, the Bhishma Pita, Shantanu Maharaj
Yeah,
wanted
Shastra
to have
Maharaj.
Satyavati Mata. At that time, Bhishma Pita did a very Bhishma Pratigna, and that's how his name was Devavrat, but he then known as a Bhishma Pita because of his Pratigna that he will always, always, always protect the Hastinapur and always protect the Raj Singhasan of Hastinapur. And because he could have probably, and these are just we are nobody, we are like very little speculation, but he could have protected that whole thing, he prevented to happen, but because his bone, his pratigna that he will protect always the king, whoever sits on the Raj Singhasan, and probably that was the major part of it, that he wasn't able to do anything. And also definitely the Krishna's desire, not desire, but Krishna's, whatever happens is, it doesn't happen without uh, um, Krishna's thought. And so Krishna could have stopped, till Krishna even did not stop till Draupadi Maya said, or Draupadi Maharani said that, "Oh Krishna, Govind, come and save me." And at that point, then Krishna came running, and then he covered Draupadi Maharani with those 999 saris. So many things we may see, but when we have to think, I guess, out of the box, that the whole situation, not merely only one or two factors affecting the situation. And this is just my understanding, learning from Mahabharata. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji. Bhishma Pitamaha played an amazing role because he took, like, that's why even today, when somebody is taking some promise, they, invoke Bhishma Pitamaha so that, they get that strength of taking that oath. Thank you.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna devotees. Okay, let's pause today and we'll continue tomorrow. Or Baswati Mataji will continue tomorrow. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमः। श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, all devotees की जय। Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji and Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Sri Ram, Srival Prabhuji ki jai. Vipul Prabhuji ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
धन्यवाद।